And we are live with the one and only Whitney Stetler, who is I call her the yoga master. She owns a company called Coca Yoga Cafe. She's out of Texas. So Lord knows what she's been seeing down in Texas. We're going to get to that in a little bit. But Whitney Stetler, you're in the magazine. The first issue, you have an article. And in the second article or second issue, you have come out with another article. So we're so thankful that you took a little bit of time to come on today. Thank you very much for being here.
Thank you for having me. It's really an honor to work with you, Mikey.
Thank you. Yeah, you are putting out some crazy stuff. You're building a company as we speak. I don't even know what it's like to build a yoga company during this craziness. But, that's where you're at, and you're growing. You're doing online courses, and you're putting things together. So we commend entrepreneurs who risk it all, especially whenever the times are scariest. So today,
history, though, I mean, that's when some of the greatest companies are developed, like Uber, Airbnb. They even said like PayPal all came out when there was like an economic downturn and other things going on, because while everybody else shrank away from the fight, they went for it. So
it's beautiful.
Time to go, if you ask me.
Yeah. And so the article, we're going to talk about that in a little bit. You're going to be doing some yoga poses. Guys, if you're out there, stick around. Yoga changed my life a couple years ago. Right now, it's summertime. I do a lot of running, and I want to get back into yoga. Whitney's going to be helping me out via online, and I think you should stick around to watch her. So before we get into that, we have a couple quick questions for the world to get to know you, Whitney. Are you ready for this? Are you ready to vibe with these questions?
All right. I'll take the gloves off.
All right. Okay. These are fast questions. We call them the shotgun round. Just a couple random questions for people to know who the hell you are inside. So real quick here, favorite movie right now?
Oh, man, favorite movie, La Vita è Bella.
Winner of 3 Academy Awards. Best Actor, Best Foreign Film, and Best Original Score.
It's an Italian film.
Back in the day. That's an old one, right?
Yeah.
Wait,
Love
that's
it.
that's like a 50s or 60s Italian. Great.
I'm a sucker too, honestly, for Meet Joe Black, though.
Oh my God, yes! What a wonderful world.
Just the whole, all the feels.
My God, yeah. I had such a crush on the girl in the movie, and then I was obsessed with fireworks and playing "What a Wonderful World," the classical version. The no lyrics.
Gut wrencher, right?
It's beautiful. And there's so many great quotes in it. Great. Oh man, I like you more. I've known you for so long. I like you more now. Aliens, do they exist? Yes or no?
Definitely.
Yeah. How about what's your favorite song right now?
My favorite song right now, it's by Hippie Sabotage, and it's called Righteous, and it's mostly instrumental, and it's just got this ripping guitar. It is just some epic jams to blast. Go for it.
All right. Guys, we're going to pop that in afterwards. I don't know what the hell song that is, but we're going to put a clip in. Hopefully we bypass the copyright laws. So that's good. One thing you learned from the COVID hysteria.
That fear is you're not alive if you're afraid to die. You're already dead.
We got Socrates here today. I like it. Okay. All right. You're probably going to show us this later, but what's your favorite yoga pose?
My favorite, I don't know, man. I love headstand. The inversions have so many benefits, and they release so many endorphins and like all the feels, and they burn the fire within you that they're kind of addicted. Hey, my little daughter's here with me. This is Althea. She's going to be bouncing around from time to time, little ping pong balls. Say hi to her.
Let her go. Hey, what's going on, Althea?
If you're stressed, you can just put crystals on your knees and breathe in.
Okay, baby.
That's phenomenal. Hey, Althea, you need a book. Somebody needs to help you with writing a book. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna go color.
That little girl, she's not even in the first grade yet, and she finished the first Harry Potter.
Amazing. She's yours for sure. The personality is there.
She's so smart.
All right. So next question. What's the best part about being an entrepreneur? We're obsessed with this. So what's the best part?
being able to fix things the way I want to fix them, being so passionate about what I'm doing that it doesn't feel like work. It's not work. Being an entrepreneur is, of course, in every sense of the word, work, but it's my dream. So to me, it's like, it's a passion. I enjoy pursuing it.
How about America? What's the greatest part about being an American or being in America?
The camaraderie, knowing the spirit and the soul and the fight that so many people put forward to make our country what it is. You gotta go read your book. I love it. Go read your book. Go on.
Fantastic. And last question here. I mean, do you have something to add to that?
No, go ahead, dude.
Yeah. Last question. Did we fake the moon landing or not?
No, I don't think so. Listen, my husband's a pilot, and you get the pilots talking about it, and you're going to seriously get some guys on both end of the fence for that.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I put it in there, of course.
I don't know.
I don't think so either. Me personally, I don't think we did. But I throw that in there because, you know, some people are on one side completely and some people are on the other. And that's why I like these random questions. So that's it. That's Whitney Stetler in a nutshell. And you have 2 articles. The first issue has an incredible article. The second one's all about physical recovery, mental recovery, and you probably see so much when it comes to people getting healed in multiple different ways. But why? There you go. But why did you start your business, Coca Yoga Cafe? Explain that to people.
Okay, so to get back with you, I'm actually living in Florida now. So if you want to come to the beach and cool off a little, the drama of Texas is a little ways off. I was in sales, in medical sales, and I did not feel like I was actually helping people with what I was doing. So I went through this soul searching and really trying to figure out what it was that I had to offer to the world. And it hit me like a big bag of bricks in the head that because I was going to yoga and I would always invite all of my colleagues and anyone I liked to come to yoga with me because I found so much peace and just well-being in it that I was that gung-ho, like sharing it with everybody, driving everyone nuts. And then it hit me like a ton of bricks that I need to open this business in order to share a little bit of well-being and the light on the road on how to find some peace. Health is kind of priority to everything. Your wealth really won't matter if you're stuck in a hospital bed. So.
That's it. So you're saying that because it basically like frees your spirit. You're a very spiritual individual, and
so much, so woo woo, Mikey, so woo woo.
So you connected the dots where you took your passions, you combine it with like your spirituality, and you figured, hey, if I can help myself, I can help other people, and then turn it into a money making business, so I can do this every day forever.
Yeah. Look, growing up, I was a little punk. I had my little skateboard, and I worked in coffee shops. And I love that vibe. Like, I get down on the coffee shop vibe. Go in, you can get some work done, you can get a drink. We did live shows, and I had a punk rock band. You and I kind of shared some videos
Love
there.
It. Yeah.
So the whole cafe side is I'm taking my 3 favorite things. I love doing yoga. I think you got to take care of your health. I love the coffee shop vibe. And I love live music. So I'm going to bring in, try and get people to do like acoustic sets, and they can have some lovely bodies bending and doing yoga at the same time, and we'll live stream them, maybe get them going viral. I want to be an acoustic venue for bands to come through and do some like really good shows.
That's great. Great. There's a lot of people watching right now, whether you're watching this live or you're gonna hear the recorded version via iTunes or whatever. But please give us a like and a share. I think a lot of guys out there, the magazine is for men, but there's so many women involved in this magazine that it's really kind of going towards everyone. Anybody out there who's looking to get into yoga, maybe they might want to see some yoga poses to do during their office break or from when they're working at home. Everybody's working from home nowadays, so this is perfect. Yeah. And so like it, share it, because Whitney in a few minutes is going to show some of her favorite poses that anybody can do, right? This isn't for the expert level. This is for the beginners out there.
Okay, we'll show the office pose. You can take off the high heels, or for you gentlemen, just pull up the pant leg a little bit.
Oh, you know what? I was going to wait until after the break, but let's get right into it. The guys are out there. They're probably loving what they're seeing here. They probably want to do it. And they thought, oh my God, yoga's for women only. I started taking it. Joe Rogan, if you guys love Joe Rogan, he does yoga consistently with hot yoga, which is my favorite. So let's get into it. This is what you're here for. You're the best at this that I know. So show us what you got.
Okay. All right. Okay, baby.
And we got the dog there. Don't forget the dog. We got to introduce the dog.
The whole family, the girls. Okay. We're going to start with a simple tabletop. You want to stack your shoulders over your wrists.
Okay.
And your hips over your knees. From here, ground down to the tops of your toes. Inhale, bring your heart forward. Exhale, round through the back. So this is kind of your warm-up, all right? Inhale, pull your heart forward. And you don't really want to like do a huge booty jump here. It's sexy, but it's actually like
you're hurting your spine.
Low back, yeah. So you want to try and round the spine out. Once you've gone there, you can kick both of your feet back so that you're coming into a plank. You can hold your plank. This is good for your core, good for your breathing. I think you gotta move, baby love. You're gonna rock forward. Here's the difference. When you're doing push-ups in yoga, your arms, your shoulders are gonna stack over your wrists and your elbows go straight back so that it's like a 90-degree angle. They don't splay out to the side. And this is to get you prepped for some of those arm balances. So you would rock forward, lower down. You can come all the way back. Brush your toes back, and then
that's my favorite.
Bhujangasana right here.
I love that. Yeah.
Lower pose. It's going to strengthen your lower back, guys. If you have been grinding at your laptop for too long, losing your shit. All right, you can do this. Tuck your toes, kick back through your ankles, and then push your hips up and back to down dog. If you're spending a lot of time in the gym and you're skipping out on leg day, or if you just hit leg day really hard, this is going to be excellent on your calves. This is like a resting pose, used in between quite a few.
And real quick, before you go further here, what is this doing? Is this opening up vessels, blood flow, getting your breathing correct, right? It's more than just a stretch. It's doing something to your body, which I still don't understand, but it just feels great.
Adho Mukha Shavasana, downward facing dog, is doing everything you just named as well. It's kind of a simple inversion, which is being upside down. When you're upside down, it engages your lymphatic system, which is like increasing the collagen in your skin, which is helping you to age less quickly. It's rinsing your brain with fresh blood, more oxygen.
Wow. So listen to that, guys. Rinsing your brain with oxygen. The best way to ever say something. Amazing.
So you can hump forward, come up halfway. When you come up halfway, add a slight bend in your knees, lean forward like the most gorgeous girl. Peyton Drew is walking past the rail and you're like, dang, I gotta see that beautiful girl.
Peyton Drew, I hope she's watching right now. She gets it.
Bella, she's beautiful. You fold down into self again, Uttanasana. If you're new to this, you can bring your feet a little further apart. This is, honestly, if you're just going to get up from the desk and do one or two things, this is the first one I'd suggest. Ladies, I would pop off the high heels for it. But this forward fold, add a generous bend. It is going to elongate your low back, take the strain out. It's going to stretch your hamstrings in the back. So if you've been sitting all day, it just gives your body that chance to mellow out. And you can come all the way up to Tadasana and come down. If you do just that little sequence and you don't feel a little bit invigorated, we can do something a little bit heavier if you want.
So before people get into it and they say, I got to go to class for an hour, which is what my hot yoga classes were whenever I was going 4 months ago. Mm-hmm. So what do people start with? Is this a 15-minute thing? Is this a 30-minute thing? Tell me. It's probably you could do it for as long as you want, but what is the best return on investment?
An hour for sure. An hour for sure, because if you're going to a level 1 class, your teacher is going to start by warming you up properly. You're not just going to jump in and go right to a headstand. You're going to warm up. You're going to have some peak poses, and then you're going to come down. At the end, there is a pose called Shavasana, which is a corpse pose. It's kind of when you're laying still and in meditation. A lot of people will try to skip through this pose and just jump up and get back to the grind. If you'll take the time to stay in Shavasana, this is where you start to tap into some of the meditative properties, as well as recognizing that after you have a workout, your body needs this rest period right away because you have rejuvenated and oxygenated the body. You've done all of these epic things. You've pushed your muscles to the limit. If you'll hit that meditation, like even if you're just going to the gym and you're pumping the weights and getting hardcore, if you can find a spot to sit down and close your eyes and just clear your mind for like 10 minutes in a still position, you don't even have to be laying down. That's where you'll really find the mental clarity and the boost to really start leveling up your workouts. Because if you're working out like crazy, but your mind is super stressed, you're not taking that time to work the other aspects besides your muscles, it'll catch up with you.
I find that the best time that I have my best mental breakthroughs with ideas and connecting of dots is after a run or after some type of workout. And whenever I was doing the yoga, it was the exact same type of feeling where when you sit there with the lights off and they have the awesome music that's playing. I'm sure you play great music, but whenever you're sitting there in the yoga room and they're playing the awesome music, you just start thinking about things in a different way. I don't know what it does to your brain, but it just like relieves the stress, gets all the noise away. You could focus on something and say, oh, I got an idea. This is who I need to talk to, and this is who I can solve, who I can hire to solve this problem. That's it. It's all connected somehow.
It really does. I mean, if you're looking to take your business to the next level, whatever your business is, you need this time to give back. And for those of you who are very factual individuals, I can actually tell you what it does do to your brain. Science is now actually able to track what's happening to people when they're meditating, and it's a process called neuroplasticity. So when you get into a deep meditative state, your body goes into, okay, now I always confuse parasympathetic and sympathetic, but I think it's your parasympathetic nervous system, the one that's calming, not the fight or flight, the opposite. Don't tease me, y'all, okay? That is
Guys, correct her down there. If she's wrong, correct her.
Somebody let me know everything I said is wrong. I need to know. But anyway, you're going to go into the relaxed state. While that's happening, neuroplasticity is the ability to actually regrow nerves and those neural pathways. So say you've been drinking for 30 years, you killed a lot of brain cells. You can pick up yoga, start doing this regularly, and become more of an avid meditator and regrow the brain cells. Like parts of your brain that are just gray matter, you can grow neuropathic pathways there. Amazing. It's amazing. The science is really beautiful in the studies, and I'm not the most eloquent at conveying it to you, but they see both the right and the left hemispheres of people very active when they're meditating. So they're super still, but their awareness becomes even more heightened. So you would think that they were in fight or flight mode because the brain is so active and lit up on both sides of the hemisphere. However, it's in the relaxed mode. So your heart's able to stabilize, your blood pressure is going to lower. The science behind the health benefits that they're able to now see, that yoga's been around for all these thousands of years, it's fascinating.
I'm starting to think about all the people we've worked with who are truly successful at what they do, whether they're multimillionaires or they have an incredible business. I've noticed that there's a common trend with them. They do some type of meditation. It might not be yoga, but there is some type of meditation in their daily habits, which I always ask them about. Like, what do you do daily that makes you you? And they all say some form of meditation. It might be reading. It might be listening to music. It might be starting the day off in a very slow manner, but very peacefully. So there's something to that, just like you said. Fantastic. So real quick, but when we come back from this 5-second break, we're going to get into the article itself. It's kind of leading right into that topic. So this is a little message from one of the Dream Girls. Check this out.
I definitely need to work on my balance. Now, do you need to work on your balance and live life as a more balanced person? On your feet, on your head, and in your heart? If so, Coca Yoga Cafe is the place for you. They're South Florida's premier yoga and juice bar. They even offer online classes so you can start learning yoga at your own pace. It's amazing. Check out their specialty video series that break it down for anyone at any level. I don't know about you, but I definitely need to start at the beginner class. I hope to see you there. Coca Yoga Cafe. Let's go.
Okay, yeah, and one of those, that message that you just saw, if you're watching this live, you're probably like, what the hell is this guy talking about? But it's basically the paid advertisers in the magazine, on the videos, within the podcasts. They all get a spot, and we want them to get as much exposure as possible. There's many of them. We got Blue Mountain Extracts. We have Coca Yoga Cafe. We have Bart the Barber, who owns Just a Touch. Many different businesses being advertised so we can help them grow also. Anyway, the article itself, the first one was phenomenal. The second one that you put together, Whitney, is about recovery. Can you break that down, what the article is all about? You might have just mentioned some of it, but what is the article that people can read about in this magazine, which does feature two people, Peyton Drew and Robert Downey Jr. Please, Robert Downey Jr., do not be a part of the Bill Gates, Jeffrey Epstein pedophile gate. Please do not be part of that. Anyway, so that's the next article.
That's funny.
Well, I told you I wanted to write about something that could be meaningful to everyone, and yoga is actually not just about the physical practice. It's about all the mental aspects and recognizing aspects of yourself as a human. What's your purpose? Why are you here? What are you hustling at the office for? Why do you want to have the nice car? Obviously, there's something within you, have something to offer, some greatness. In pursuit of those questions and in pursuit of the life, it's really easy to fall off, lose yourself, and get caught up in some struggles. Maybe it's a physical struggle. One of the gentlemen that I went to teacher training with, Scott Byers, he had this horrific motorcycle accident 1 month after finishing teacher training. We all thought he was going to die. Well, this guy, I mean, it's like 3 weeks after the accident. And he's like, so I started doing, little aspects of Sukhasana for my recovery, or whatever pose it would be. This guy was just fascinating. I wanted to share that story with you for a couple of reasons, because he's a really masculine guy. He does a lot of workouts, and the way that he found peace with adding yoga and how it helped him out physically is really fascinating. And then the way that he recovered from this motorcycle accident using not only the physical aspects, but the meditative properties is something I wanted to share. A lot of people are at one time in our life or another, we might have to get over some type of an ailment. And yoga is something that it's not just the pose has to be done just one particular way. There's so many modifications and ways that if you're struggling with pain, like back pain, maybe you were in the gym and you were like, oh, I'm going to squat like, 350 today, or whatever insane thing that you may have done with the weights, and maybe
That's me 350, 500, 700, somewhere in there. That's me.
Yeah, getting really down with the weights, and you're feeling the burn. I want you to know that there's something you can go home and do in your living room that's pretty chill, that's going to help you feel better, because the other route, which would lead into maybe a drug addiction, is pain pills. And the unfortunate truth about pain pills is there's a lot of really heavy side effects from it, and it's really easy to become addicted to those. So I got some statistics, actually, and it's something like 40 million Americans are struggling with an anxiety or depression disorder. 30 million.
40 million. Would you say 40 million, which there's only 330 million people. So 40 million is a huge chunk of Americans.
It's high. 22 million Americans struggle with substance abuse, 40 million with anxiety or depression, 30 million with eating disorders. These are super high numbers. This is all ages. This is heavy stuff. And I think, unfortunately, amidst all of the chaos in the world, they're just trying to take the real life problems and act like they don't exist, give you a pill for it, maybe go on social media some more, compare yourself to someone else some more. Hey, everything's closed. You can go to fast food, stuff your face, pretend you don't have an eating disorder. You know, things that are tearing down the spirit of people and keeping them back from becoming entrepreneurs or pursuing their dreams is what you're not hearing about.
Wow, it's dead on. And so yoga to me is, and this is probably something that you share in the article, but a lot of people pick up on this. It's not just about getting your shoulders stronger or your back muscles stronger. It's getting your body and your spirit stronger so you can get away from the damn ailments, get away from the ailments, get away from the pills, get away from the quick fixes, and also get focused on you, your career, your family, your direction, rather than being told what to do and, you know, basically being pushed around. It's really about strength overall.
Yeah, you made a comment the other day. You were like, everyone who gave up on their dreams is probably gung-ho for socialism. And I don't want to get into the politics too much, but that one I was really laughing because I know how I feel on days when I'm not pursuing my dreams. I feel like very just dissatisfied with myself, unhappy, and suddenly it's really easy to think that the world is just total shit when you're not being true to yourself, because you've got this little conscience inside that knows what you're capable of, right? So if you're not pursuing what you're capable of course you're going to feel crummy. You gotta, you gotta pull yourself up. But here's the thing about it, the caveat, you gotta put in the work.
Guys, you listen to that? That's sort of like, there is no magic pill. There's nothing. There's no rich daddy that will help you with that. It's internal. There's no way to fix this except for you, right? There's no other way. You got to want it more than you want to breathe. That's it.
It is. But the cool part is you're not alone. And tomorrow is not going to be the same. If you choose to do something about it, things will change. You're not stuck. Like, this isn't your life forever and ever and ever, whatever difficulty you're in. All you have to do is try and make one step forward and realize that when you do, you're going to be supported. Like, there's so much support as soon as you try to move in the right direction.
Great way to put it. So you're an entrepreneur, all right? You understand this just as much as anyone who risks everything for their dream. For you to actually take that step or to make progress, there is nobody watching out for you. It's like you and your family and putting things together. The rejection, the ideas, the stuff that doesn't fall into your lap, or the opportunities that go past you, or the mistakes that you make are so hard. If you do not feel your best as much as you possibly can each and every day, the chance of you continuing that journey, slim to none, right? You need to keep feeling your best. You need to strengthen. Yoga, meditation, taking care of your spiritual side does this for you. Yeah.
I mean, you kind of summed it up, man. It's not an easy route. You got to do it. And as funny as it seems, it's actually really simple. I touched on these principles a little bit. I'm going to read them really fast to you. Okay?
Please, yeah.
There's 8 limbs of yoga. They start with the yama, niyama, and then asana, which is the physical practice. There's 5 pieces to yama, and there's 5 pieces to niyama. I'm going to just name them because more or less it all boils down to what we used to call common sense, or just some ethical codes, or I grew up in New Mexico and they taught us cowboy up. So
it's awesome.
If you are cowboys out there, you'll know. Let me read them to you though. Ahisma is nonviolence. So nonviolence, pretty cut and dry to other people. How about in your self-talk? Are you violent to yourself in the way that you speak to yourself on an ongoing basis? Truthfulness, that's pretty straightforward. Are you truthful to yourself though? Like if you're saying, I'm an idiot, well, are you really an idiot in your head? So a lot of these things, as much as they can be outward, they can also be inward.
Self-talk, for sure.
Yeah. Non-stealing is pretty straightforward. How about, this one's tough for me, okay? Being on time or making people wait for you is stealing their time. So it's stealing. The 4th one, there's a lot of controversy. It's abstinence. And it's kind of cool. They talk about how preserving your sexual energy can actually drive you further along on some of your other endeavors that you build up so much energy with this.
My God, is that 100% true? I swear to God, there is something to that. Do you like?
Didn't you take like a year off or something, Mikey? You talked about it, right?
Yeah. How do you even remember that? That's amazing. Yeah, I gave up.
For a while, man.
Yeah, I gave up sex until I broke 6 figures. I just was like, I'm done. And it was over a year. So, yeah, pretty amazing, because what happens is then you take all this energy is finite, right? There's no unlimited source. So if you burn it up on certain things that really don't produce anything for you, then you're wasting it. And so if you use it towards one common good thing, Patrick Bet-David, you familiar with him, right?
No.
Patrick Bet-David is one of the guys I look up to in the entrepreneur world. He owns a company called, he owns Valuetainment, but he's in the insurance world. Anyway, he said the exact same thing, but his goal was $1 million. He gave up sex until he broke $1 million. So this makes sense, and I'm glad you brought that up.
Okay. The fifth one, non-attachment. That one you can talk about all day and all night right now with what's going on. When you're attached to something, you are giving that something the ability to choose whether or not you're happy, because you're saying, you're defining your happiness by something instead of realizing that your happiness comes from within. And so it's a little bit the same as clinging to bodily life, as thinking that you're attached to your life and you're so scared to lose your life that you won't live it. So we'll just go on the outskirts of the pandemic and all the fear that's going on right now with that one. Miyamas, these are internal ethics, things that you would have. Purity, sukha. So do you have purity of thoughts, or is it getting kind of freaky in there? You need to clean things out, even in the way that you treat yourself and talk about yourself. Santosha, contentment. This one I love. I bring it up all the time. You can cut it any way that you want, but happiness is a choice, and it doesn't come from anywhere but within. So you can look and look and look until you can look within and realize that it's there. It'll be tough to find. Discipline, tapas. I love this. The willingness to step into the fire, to go through some discomfort as a means for purification. When I'm doing my core workout and I'm feeling the burn, I'm thinking there's a reason for this, there's a goal for this, the purification. It can also be spiritual, but that's what you can think about when you're working out. The next one is self-study. Watch yourself. Yes, you can have this. Here you go. Watch self with an eye.
You're an awesome mom, by the way. You just keep rolling with life, and hey, take care of this. Yeah, you're awesome.
The 2-year-old's not here, Mikey. He's not here today. Oh, that would have been chaos. Watching self with an eye of interest is really interesting. Maybe you just pick one of these and you just start with that one, guys. Like, for one day, just pay attention to your thoughts. Pay attention to how you speak to yourself. Pay attention to the way you think about other people. Do you get filled with anger and rage at things, or are you able to just see it and watch it? That one's really powerful. The last one is surrender to that which you would hold divine. And when you're starting a business, this one makes sense because you can't force anything. It'll drive you nuts. You'll have a timeline. You'll be grinding. You'll be doing all the things you need to do for your business, but you have to surrender. Like, you do the work, you put the steps in, and at the end of the day, universe or whatever you want to call it, that's got the ultimate power. You have to surrender.
It's great. What you just said there falls in line with everything. Timing is it's scary because you think that it's the right time, but what happened to me 2 years ago, who I met, helped me not then, but 2 years later. And you're thinking to yourself, why didn't you just help me then? Like, what do you mean? Why didn't you, because there wasn't the trust there. There wasn't the, maybe you didn't have the value add to them yet. So there's so much to timing and you can't force it. Glad you brought that up.
Yeah. So that's all 10 of them. Those are the yamas and niyamas. That's your magic pill right there, is some ethics and morals.
Love it. I never heard those phrases, by the way. So I'm going to look them up, or maybe we could put something down below, but it's called the Miyamas. It just goes right to Spanish for me. Miyama, and I'm thinking my name is. Like, that's the first thing I thought of.
We'll send it to you, Mikey. It's Yama and Niyama. It's actually Sanskrit. It's kind of like an old Vedic language. So it's about 5,000 years old.
Oh, that's all.
Pretty hardcore, man.
Cool. Thanks for sharing that with us. Your article is going to be out. I believe it's going to be coming out late July. It might be early August, depending on the printer, but it's a great read, guys. When it's out, you'll be seeing me promoted like crazy madman entrepreneur marketer that I am. But Robert Downey Jr.'s in it, Peyton Drew's in it, 40 other dream girls, many other articles that will teach you something about life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. So that's what we're here for. Anything else that you want to share with the world, or a way for them to get in touch with you right here, right now?
Yeah,
Whitney.
absolutely. I mean, if you're still watching this, you either can't stand me and you have a whole lot of things to say to me, which is great, or you're loving it.
If you don't like Whitney, something's wrong with you. I promise you guys. I promise.
Well, no, what I want you to know is that I'm in Florida, but my business is totally online right now and available. We've got an online catalog of classes that you can take, or we have some live streaming classes. So if you will go to cocoyogacafe.com, CocoYogaCafe, cocoyogacafe.com. Check it out. Get yourself a subscription. If you're not ready for that, you just want to stalk us, you can find us on Instagram at Coco Yoga Cafe, the same spelling, COCOA, Yoga Cafe. Or me, I'm Whitney Zora. You can follow Scott, which is a really fascinating guy. And his is someone's.hero. But really, if you're interested, you want to know a little bit more, follow me, give me your thoughts. You have questions, you have things to say. I'm interested.
Reach out to her. She's cool as hell. You could talk to her about anything in life, but she is the yoga master. And I want to thank Alfia for being a phenomenal guest today. Alfia, thank you very much for being there. And it looks like you got Scrappy. What's that one name?
Scrappy the lemur?
No. It's Purple Ring-Toed Lemur. Her name is Rose, my middle name.
Rose. Oh, pretty name.
That's good, baby.
Well, cool. And I want to thank, what's the dog's name?
Kukla.
Kukla. Yeah.
My husband's Greek, so it's Greek for doll baby. So if you got a girlfriend, you want to give her a pet name, you can call her Kukla.
Kukla. Thanks for the idea. Anyway, guys, I appreciate you watching, listening. This is going to be all over. If you need anything, reach out to me, reach out to Whitney. And until next time, guys, keep living the dream.